And when you talk about small business, that's a very broad definition, because it can be 10 people, it can be 5 people, it can be 500 people. It's still considered a small business. So, what is the size of business that you normally work with?
Under 30 employees is usually. I had my career mostly with like Fortune 10, and so I don't want to work with them anymore. So I work with businesses with 10 or fewer employees, and that is the lion's share of small businesses. And the way to take Friday off, and if you've got 2 or 3 employees, is that you delegate and tell them to call you only if they can't handle it, and you train them. If you're a solopreneur, you just really need to define what's critical each week. Or I would even call your clients and say, hey, is there anything we can work on, because I'll be out of office for the next 3 days. So you basically are proactively managing the issues and managing your team and managing life, where rather than being at the tail of the dog, you're actually driving. And that's where the small business owner makes all the decisions. Just think about it. In corporate America, you don't get to do anything. In small business, you have to do everything. So where you are is based on the sum of your past decisions. And so we can change some of those decisions and get you some freedom, get you some space. And it's actually life-changing.
So how can they get started like this right away without hurting their businesses? And or when would you consider starting them this way? I mean, sometimes in the beginning you can't start off like this because, you are chief cook and bottle washer, and you're answering the phones, and you're sweeping the floors, and you're creating the product, and you're selling it, and you're doing everything. So when is the right time to get started this way?
Well, the most important piece of any business is sales. If you've got customers coming in the door and then you're having difficulty delivering, then that's a key piece where you might bring on an additional team member. Now, it doesn't need to be an employee. It can be any other partners. I'm a solopreneur, and I have at least a team of 12. I've got everybody doing everything for me in their specific niche. So as you get enough sales to begin, you have to focus on delivering the work that you've sold, then it's time to really take a look at what you're doing. And if you don't have enough sales, then you really need to look at your whole business model. And if you're not super duper at sales, you might be bringing a commissioned salesperson to help you, maybe refine your product concept, take a look at what's going on. But if you don't have enough sales, then you're kind of stuck in your tracks. That's a critical, that's an emergency startup kind of situation where you really need to fix that. But if you're rolling, then you're going to find that delivering on those client expectations is a challenge. So then that's time to begin to figure out where you can pull back. And one of the key things to get started is I'm a business process analyst. So everything you do is a process. So divide stuff into 3, 5, 7 steps and begin to take a look at how you can peel some of that away. And even sometimes we give it to our clients. Like at McDonald's, we clean our tables. At United Airlines at Dulles Airport, they make you take your own checked luggage around to TSA. So you can even delegate to your clients. So don't miss that option.
You brought up a very important point, though, and that is the genesis and the crux of all business are sales. And people seem to put that last on their list. They spend a lot of time developing their logos and getting their website right. And these are all important things, but none of that is important if you don't have any sales. So whatever your business is, whether you're selling a service or a product or you're online or you're retail or whatever you are, the crux of any business is sales. And if you don't have sales, you're not going to have a business very long. So you may say, "Oh, but I'm a master mechanic and I don't want to sell." But as a master mechanic with your own garage, you may be doing more work and longer hours than if you were working as a mechanic for another company and getting paid what you're getting paid, but no other responsibilities. So sales are very, very important. And do you find that many small business owners don't put that to the forefront?
Absolutely. Now, most of the people are creative technicians. I work with writers and coaches and speakers and architects and engineers and consultants. They're fabulous at what they do. And it's almost, if I'm here, if I build it, they will come. And I'm really sorry to tell you that the best marketer, the best salesperson is the one that's going to win. Everyone talks about, like, Dr. Phil is not the best psychologist on earth, but he's probably one of the most successful. He's a fabulous marketer. He's a fabulous person out there putting himself out there. So many people I work with are highly technical, fabulous expertise, and they shun sales. And it's just not going to work unless you've got a proven demand, or if you leave a corporate job and you continue to work for the same people, then you've got a demand source. But if you don't have proven demand, you have a struggling business. And I really encourage you to get some help on proving your concept. And I'd love you to have a backlog of orders. That's where I come in, and I can help you streamline your business, your processes. But you need a viable business concept with proven sales.
Well, then tell people how they can get in touch with you and where they can find you.
Okay. Well, I'm offering also, I have a 10 Profit Accelerators handout that's really cool for any business, and you can find that on expertprofitsolutions.com. Sign up and you'll get a really cool where you're wasting your time and where you can accelerate your profits. So that's the best way to reach me.
expertprofitsolutions.com. So go to her website, and she has a lot of other information and a lot of tools for you. Let me ask you another thing. What is your first piece of advice that you give a new client?
The most important thing is their business sustainable and scalable? That's the first question. And if they can't answer that question, then the advice is to dig in to figure out what information they need to answer that question. Can your business scale, and can your business keep on running? Because a sustainable business is what is the most important thing. If you're working on Monday and you make money, and you're not working on Tuesday and you make no money, everything's too tied up with you. So we're really looking for sustainable, and that's really important. You got a mortgage that comes around every month, so your business has to generate money reliably and predictably.
That is a big question, especially for the people that you're dealing with, like speakers and writers and coaches and so forth, and that is, does that business get along without them? Because it is such a personal business, and if they don't work, they don't make money, and the money doesn't come in. And so you're absolutely correct. And I don't think a lot of people understand that, or even know what that is or what that means. So very, very important. So again, if you want to get this business accelerator, go to her website, which is expertprofitsolutions.com. There's a lot of information for you there. And remember, Donna Marie is not only a management consultant, she's also a CPA. So she can look at this from like just a whole different perspective. She can really quantify this for you and show you where you are wasting your time, where you should be putting your time, and so forth. And again, I'm not sure if you asked an entrepreneur that first went into business, is your business sustainable? They would even know what that means. And is it scalable, if they would know what that means? So there's a lot of education there that has to be done, and she's a good person to do that. Now, we've got just a minute left, Donna Marie. Is there anything that you would like to tell our listeners that we haven't talked about?
Well, the most important thing I like to look at is customer value. Every minute of every day, what are you doing to build and enhance customer value? We talked in the beginning a little bit about good enough, but it has to be good enough for your clients and customers. So if you're going to add a feature, add a function, do something special, how does your client benefit? Once you turn the thinking that way, it really changes your perspective.
Fabulous. That's great. Well, I want to thank you for being with us today. I hope everybody listening to Donna Marie today got some pointers. Be sure to get that business Excel. I'm going to your website. I'm going to get it myself. So I'll get that as well. I think it's very interesting, and you bring a perspective to it as only a person who is both a CPA and management consultant can bring. So thanks for being with us today, Donna Marie, and hopefully some people are going to hit your website and get that program, because that's just fantastic. Thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you, Gail. Bye-bye.